Good morning, everyone. I'm live now. I hope the audio video is clear. Please confirm. All right, friends, let's start off now. So, we were doing mergers and acquisitions, right? All right, friends. So, we have a couple of more problems to crack. Today, friends, I will go a little bit more faster so that we can cover maximum. You can also scribble and solve along with me. And if still you are unable to catch up, let me know to slow down. I will definitely slow down. Okay. All right, friends. I think yesterday we stopped at which question? Yes, I told you that Abhiman, Abhishek, etc. is all similar. E and H is also similar. Abhiman, Swabhiman already done in class. Efficient and healthy is also similar. We have done yes and merged entity yesterday, correct? So next one, what we have to do is T limited and E limited. All right, please take this question, read through the question. Read and understand the question now, friends. All right, let's do it together. There are two companies now. First one is called as T Limited and the other one is called as E Limited. They have given some financials in the table. So let me write down the basic data now. Okay. Working note 1, basic data, particulars, T, T Limited, and the second one is E Limited. 10 equity shares outstanding is 12 lakh and 6 lakh. So point number A will be what now? It will be number of shares, that is 12 lakh here, 6 lakhs over here. All right, and they have given the, from this can I find out the total face value also? Total face value will be 120 lakhs, 60 lakhs. All right, after that they have given about 10% debentures. Is that turning out to be 580 lakhs over here? Okay, and nothing will come over here. 12.5% loan is available for E Limited. That is how much? 240 lakhs. All right. After that, they have given EBITDAT. EBIDAT. EBITDAT is how much? 400.86. And the other one is 115.71. EBITDAT means earnings before interest, depreciation, and taxes. From this, I will reduce what? I will reduce the interest now. So once I reduce the interest from this, interest will be 580 lakh into 10%, that is 58 lakhs will come here, correct? 240 lakh into 12.5%, another 30 lakhs will come over here. From this, can I find out the earnings before tax, correct? Since depreciation is not given, I am not considering the same. Have they provided depreciation figures? No, right? I'll get the number as 342.86. 85.71. I'll give you a minute now. Can you write down this in your books? Good morning, Vishnu. Good morning, Sriram. Good morning, Kishore. Alright friends, I believe you have all put up till here in your books now. Can I go to the next part? Alright. So once you get this, we can also reduce the taxes. Down they have given the tax rate as how much percentage? 30 percentage. So I'll go to the next page now. I'll write down the next working note heading, earnings after tax. Okay. That is particulars TE. T limited, E limited. Okay. So I'll now write down over here point number A. I'll write down earnings before tax that we have already found over here 342.86, and the other one is how much? 85.71. Right. Point number B will be taxes. How much is the taxes that is told over there? 30%. So will that be 102.86? And here it will be 25.71. Okay. So once I reduce this, what is the earnings after tax I will get over there? Will I get the answer as 240 lakhs for the first one? Correct. And the second one will be, I think, 60 lakhs. Okay, give a heading in lakhs, otherwise you will lose marks. Come on friends, please write down till here in your books now. I believe you are clear with this part, friends. Can I go to the next one now? Okay. Now down, they have given the market price also. What I can do here is, from this earnings, can I find out the EPS also? 240 lakh divided by number of shares. Number of shares is 12 lakhs. So will I get the answer as 20 rupees per share? And the second one, the answer would be 60 lakh divided by 6 lakhs. That will turn out to be how much? 10 rupees per share. Right. Now we will have a market price also put over here. The market price will be, is I think already given in the question. How much is that? Is it 220 for the first one? And the second one is how much? 110 rupees per share. From this, can I find out the PE ratio? That would turn out to be, I think, 11 times here, 11 times here also. Can you please update this also in your books? Fine friends, I'll go to the next part now. Let me know if I'm going too fast, okay? I just don't want to go fast, but I want to cover a lot of problems also. So let's go at a moderate or little faster pace. If you feel too uncomfortable, please let me know. So T Limited plans to offer a price for E Limited business as a whole, which will be 7 times EBITDA reduced by the outstanding debt discharged by the own price. Okay, so I'll just write down over here the next working note heading, analysis of T Limited plans. Analysis of T Limited plans. Okay, so he's saying 7 times EBITDA. Okay, so point number A will be EBITDA of, which is what is the name of the company? EBITDA of E Limited. How much is the EBITDA of E Limited? Is it 115.71? 71 lakhs reduced by the outstanding debt. So point number B will be what now? It will be outstanding debt. Now tell me how much is the outstanding debt that you are having over here? Is it turning out to be 240 lakhs? Oh, wait. Sorry, it is 7 times EBITDA is what they have told, right? 1 minute, 1 minute. So I'll write down over here 7 times EBITDA. That will be 809.97. Now from this I will reduce the outstanding debt. That is turning out to be how much? 240. So point number D, value of E Limited as per T Limited's offer. T Limited is offering to pay this much money, that is 809.97 minus 240, it will be 569.97 lakhs in lakhs. Can you please write down till here in your books now, friends? Alright friends, have you all put up till here in your books now? 569.97. Perfect. I'll go to the next part now. Let's read through the next part. Okay. E Limited is planning to seek 1 share in T Limited for every 2 shares in E Limited based on the market price. Tax rate is 30%. So now we will analyze E Limited's offer. So next working note heading would be analysis of E Limited offer. Okay. Point number A, exchange ratio, what E Limited is looking at. He is looking for 1 share in T for every 2 shares in E. So he is looking at a ratio of 1:2. So point number B, shares to be offered to E Limited will be, how many shares are there in E Limited as of now? 6 lakh shares are there. So the formula would be 6 lakhs into 1 divided by 2, that is 3 lakh shares. Okay, and we already know the market price of E Limited 110 rupees, correct? So value of E Limited as per E Limited's offer. Earlier we found out using T Limited's offer, so it will be 3 lakh into 110. That turns out to be 330 lakhs. What was T Limited offering? 567 lakhs. Is it? Wait. Something is looking wrong here. No. They will be offering at the market price of T Limited, right? That will be the shares that will be kept with them. So this should be 220. It should be 660 lakhs. Friends, let me just confirm that. Give me 1 minute. Yes, it will be 660 lakhs because once it's merged, the market value of the main company will come over here. So, 1 minute. Based on the market price, or you can also value it in a different way. You can also value it in this manner. You can say it is 6 lakh shares into 110 rupees. That is 660 lakh. For this valuation, they are offering 1:2 ratio. Can you write down this in your books now, friends? So if you divide this by 220, you will get the answer as 3 lakh shares. I'll go a little slow here because I created some confusion, friends. Please write down. Any doubts, please ask me. Yeah, Sriram, that is where even I went wrong, not at 110. See, what happens is, they are actually having 6 lakh shares as of now. And for the 6 lakh shares, the market price is 110. So the total valuation is how much? 660 lakhs. For this valuation, they will be offering shares in the ratio of 1:2. I believe you're all done with this part, friends. Are you all clear with this? I'll repeat once again. See, 6 lakh shares are outstanding in E Limited. Okay. So obviously, right now the market value of E Limited is 660 lakh rupees. They will never be agreeing for a lower price to sell their company to T Limited. So 6 lakh shares into 220. This sentence created confusion based on market price. So market price means market price of E for 6 lakh shares. Total value is 660 lakhs, but the shares they are going to offer is how much? 3 lakh shares for this thing. Alright. Now let's come down, calculate and show the following for both the alternatives. Consideration what is payable, okay, number of shares. So let's do it one by one. I will write down the next working note heading. Analysis of T Limited offer. Roman number 1. What is the first requirement over here? Consideration payable. I believe that we have already found it. The consideration payable is how much? 569.97. Okay. Roman number 2. The second requirement is what? Number of shares to be issued. Okay, now here if the valuation is 569 lakhs, it will be this divided by 220, the current market price of T Limited. Okay. So do I get the answer as 2,59,077 shares over here? So second requirement is also sorted out. Third one, EPS of T after acquisition. EPS of T Limited after merger. So how do we find out the EPS after merger? Total earnings after merger. So what is the total earnings after merger? Let's just check it up. I think we have got the earnings here somewhere, 240 and 60, correct? So it will be 240 lakhs plus 60 lakhs divided by number of shares after merger. How many shares are held by T Limited? Is that, I think the share is given in the question itself. It is 12 lakh and 6 lakhs. So here it will be 12 lakh plus, for that 6 lakh shares they are going to offer 2,59,077. So the formula would be 300 lakhs divided by 14 lakh 59,077. Will I get the answer as 20.56 in that case? 20.56 rupees per share. Alright, can you please write down till here in your books? Alright friends, have you all put up till here? Yes, Sriram, that's perfectly right. Can I go to the next part? Yeah? Alright. So we have got the third part also. I'm going to Roman number 4 now. I'm going to Roman number 4. What is the next thing that they are asking over here? They are asking the expected market price per share after acquisition. Okay. So MPS after merger. This is something what we have already learned. That will be nothing but EPS, that is 20.56 into the PE ratio into 11 times. So when I do this, what is the answer I get over here? Do I get the answer as 226.16 rupees per share? Correct. And after this, what is the next requirement they are having? State briefly the advantages to T Limited from acquisition. Friends, that is a theory question. You will get synergy benefits and many other benefits as such that you can read through the theory. Alright, can you please write down this also in your book? So we are done with T Limited. Same way we have to do it for what now? E Limited's offer also. Friends, I believe you are all done with this. Alright, let's go to the next part now. Let's go to the next part. Okay, so now I will do analysis of E Limited's offer. Analysis of E Limited offer. Alright, let's do it one by one once again. What was the first requirement? Consideration payable. That was, I think we got the answer as 660 lakhs, correct? That was confirmed somewhere over here, right? Yes, 660 lakhs. Fine. Point number B, what is the second requirement they were having? Number of shares to be issued. We already got the answer for this one as 3 lakh shares, correct? Roman number 3, EPS of T after acquisition. EPS after merger. So now the formula would be 240 lakh plus 60 lakh divided by 12 lakh shares plus 3 lakh shares over here. So it will be 300 lakh divided by 15 lakh. That will give you the answer as 20 rupees per share. Once I get this, I can also find out the MPS after merger. That will be 20 rupees into 11 times, which is equal to 220 rupees per share. Alright friends, everybody has put up till here, so I believe we are done with this. No, Sriram, this sum, your question is that mergers result in synergies. Why this sum is not considering? Let me tell you, this sum is already considering synergy. I will tell you why. See, let me just show it to you. 220 lakhs into how many shares are there outstanding after merger? Is it 15 lakh shares? What is 220 lakh into 15 lakh? Let me just do one thing. I'll just check it here. Okay. We'll just put market value before merger. And let us check what is the market value after merger. Okay. Let us check that so you will get a clarity on your doubt. Your doubt is that why is there no synergy here? See, market price is 220, 110. So before merger, T, E, 220, 110. Number of shares here was 12 lakh. Here it was 6 lakhs. Am I right? So if I add up 220 into 12 lakh is how much? 2640. And here it is how much? 660. So if I add up these two together, it will turn out to be how much? 3,300, correct? Whereas after merger, they are holding 15 lakh shares and the market value is how much? 220. Oh, here exactly the value is the same. Okay, Sriram, I'll explain that to you. This question, both the companies are having exactly the same PE ratio, 11 times, 11 times. So ideally speaking, this company both being exactly identical nature, there is no synergy coming out of that. That will be the logic in that case. See, if the first company had a PE ratio of let us say 8 times and this company had 11 times, then as you told, we will be getting a synergy gain. So maybe what your point is right. This question, there is no synergy benefit happening out of this. A very good question, Sriram. Thank you for asking that. I hope everybody is clear with this part now. Can I go to the next one? Okay, so we are done with this question, friends. Okay, now I hope everybody wrote down all this. Yeah, okay. So let's go to the next one. 22 Fortune Pharma India is already done in class, so I'm not doing it again. H Limited agrees. B weighted average. Okay, net assets method. Okay, this question is good. Let's do this question now. Everyone, please read through the question and understand the question. They have given the balance sheet, share capital, reserves and surplus, assets, current assets, and deferred tax assets. H Limited wants to buy out B Limited, and the following information is given as a part of the scheme of the buying. Let me write down the basic data for this one now. Working note number 1 will be what? Basic data. Okay. So the weighted average post-tax profits for H and B is, okay, I'll just draw a table particulars. H Limited, B Limited. Okay, point number A, average profits for the last 4 years are 300 crore and 10 crore. So average profit, that is 300 crore. Sorry, oh god, I pressed something. How do I go back now? I think we were doing question 33, right? Okay. So here it is 300 crore and here it is how much? 10 crore. Am I right? Next one. Both the companies are having a capitalization rate of, so discount factor is how much? 8%. Alright, next one. H is having a contingent liability of how much? 3 crore. Contingent liability is how much? 300 crore. As on 31st March 2012, H Limited is issue shares of 100 rupees each to the shareholder of B Limited in terms of the exchange ratio arrived on a fair value basis. Please consider weights of 1 and 3 for the share arrived on net asset basis and earnings capitalization method respectively for H Limited and B Limited. So valuation is done on a ratio of 1:3. Okay, so I'll just write down that point here. Point number D. Valuation is done on a ratio of 1:3 for net assets and earnings capitalization. For net assets and earnings capitalization. Okay, can you write down this in your books now? Alright friends, I believe we are all done till here. Can I go to the next part now? Alright, let me go to the next part. So it's H limited, B limited. Okay. So now they want you to first find out the value using net assets method. So I'll write down the next working note heading, value using net assets method. Okay. Particulars. What are the names of the two companies here? H and B. H limited, B limited. So point number A will be what now? It will be total assets. So what is the total assets that they are having over here? All we will include including deferred tax, because whatever is there are shown as the assets. We'll take everything, all right, and then what we'll do is from that we will reduce the outside liability. So what remains with us will be only equity and reserves. That is the concept behind this. In FR you can do whatever you want. Here it is purely total assets minus outside liabilities. So what is the outside liability coming over here? There is no outside liability coming over here. No, here there is not given, but there is a 300 crore which is mentioned over here as contingent liability, correct? And I think nothing is given for the second one. No outside liability, alright? So from this, what is the net assets that I am getting over here? Am I getting the answer as 1000? I think this is rupees in crore, am I right? 1000. And what about the second one? 31.5. Okay. We have the number of shares also given in the question. Have they provided the details? Yes. 350 lakh at 100 rupee means, can I say it is 3.5 or 3,50,000 shares? And the other one will be 6.5 at 10 rupee each, correct? So that is 6,50,000. That should be 65,000 shares. Or is it? Oh, it's 6.5 crore, is it? 6.5 crore divided by 10, that will be 65 lakh shares. So this one would be, 1 minute. This is 350 crore divided by 100, that is 350 lakh shares. Okay, yes. Okay, so once I put up this, I can find out the price per share using net assets method. So 1000 divided by 350 lakh will give you the answer as how much? 2.857. 1 minute. This is 31.50 crore. This should be 65 lakh. This is crore. Okay, let's not wait. So here also there is a mistake. Friends, this crore and lakhs is making my life miserable. Give me a minute. So if it's 350 lakh means it is 3.5 crore. It's 3.5 crore. That is better, and here it is going to be 0.65 crore. Okay. The value over here will be 285.71 crore. 48.46 rupees per share. Can you please write down this in your books, friends? Give me 1 minute, I'll get some water and come back. Friends, have you all put up till here in your books? So that's net assets method. Good morning, Dhanamurthy. Alright, I'll go to the next part now. Next working note will be value using earnings capitalization method. Alright, friends, we have learned the formula P0 is equal to D1 divided by KE minus G. So when it comes to earnings, the formula will be E1 divided by KE minus G. Alright, so using this formula, here in this question they haven't mentioned anything about growth, but they have told about the earnings. How much is the earnings they have told over here? 300 crore and 10 crore, discount factor as 8%. Okay, so I'll write down below this point number A. Value of H limited will be 300 crore plus they have not given anything about the discount growth. I am not taking it. Flat divided by 8%. Will I get the answer as 3750 crore over here? Okay. Similarly, the next one will be what? Value of B limited. So B limited, what is the earnings that we got over there? Was it turning out to be 10 crore divided by 8%? Do I get the answer as 125 crore over there? So if I divide it by the number of shares, what is the number of shares outstanding that we already got here? 3.5 crore and 6 crore. Okay, so it's 3750 divided by 3.5 crore. 1071 will be the price per share. Here it will be 20.833. Alright friends, can you write down this in your books now? Alright friends, I believe you have done till here now. Alright, so I'll now give a summary. Okay, particulars. We are having two company. First one is what? H limited and the other one is B limited. Okay, so point number A, net assets method, correct? Point number B will be earnings method. So under net assets method, what is the valuation that we got? Have we got the answer as 285.71 and 48.46? 48.46. Earnings capitalization method is 1071 and 20.1071, 20.83. So they have told that the weights has to be in the ratio of, what is the exact ratio they have told? 1 and 3 for net assets. So 1 by 4 will be the weights here. 3 by 4 will be the weights over here. Okay. So from this, ideally, I can find out the exchange ratio, which will turn out to be 48.46 is to 285.71, 20.83 is to 1071. So weighted average would be 48.46 divided by 285.71 into 1 by 4, okay, plus 20.83 divided by 1071 into 3 by 4. I'll get the answer as 0.0424 plus 0.0145. So total will be 0.05698 is to 1. Can you write down this in your books now? One minute, friends. Let me just check. This is not the answer as per the institute, friends. Just check if I have done some arithmetic mistake here. If there are some comments. Okay, Sriram, as per the contingent liability, if you want, you can reduce it from the valuation. That is one point which is given in the institute material also. Contingent liability may come, may not come. I have assumed it may not come. You can assume it may come. Nothing wrong in that. But the final answer, there is some mistake. Let me just check. 285.71, 1071 is there. 0.1787. 48.46. Wait. B limited under earnings method 20.833 is wrong. I think I've made some mistake here. 1 minute, friends. 125. 125 should be divided by 0.65. Okay, I'm so sorry, friends. I've made a mistake here. This was divided by 0.65 crore. So it's 192.31. Friends, can you please correct this part? There was an arithmetic mistake over here. I'm really sorry for that. No idea why I took 6 crore. Alright, I'll go to the next page now. So here also the numbers will change. This will change. So this will also change. Hence all this will change. Alright. Okay. So here the number will be 192.31. So the ratio will be 192.31 is to 1071. So the weighted average would now be 285.7, 48.46 divided by this into 1 by 4 plus 192.31 divided by 1071 into 3 by 4. So my answer would be it will be 0.1770 is to 1. Yes, friends, this answer is approximately right. Correct. Can you please write down this and finish it off? Sorry, friends, there was an arithmetic mistake which changed everything. I believe you are done with this part, friends. Alright, so we are done with this question also, friends. This was a very good question. So today we have covered two very good questions, friends. Now 24, same type of question. So I believe that you can do this on your own. Let me just check. Synergy effects, earnings will increase by 20%. Okay, the slight difference is there. We will do this. AFC BCD already done in class. ABXY already done in class. Then we have to do this R and S. It's a very long question. Even though it's covered, whatever I have done, we will cover that R and S. BADA is already covered in class. It's given as a solution in the class. Bank, RBI, we have already done. Weak bank, strong bank is already done. Then we have to do the tiger question. Tiger question we haven't done. It's something different. We will do that. Alright. So friends, let's do one thing. Let's continue tomorrow. Time is now almost 8 o'clock. So let's pack up today's session, friends. I hope today's session was helpful to all of you. And yes, friends, one more important announcement before I pack up. If you want future updates of the classes also, you can either join my Telegram channel that I think you already have. If you just search CA Tarun Jagdish, you should be able to find out the Telegram channel. I believe that's how you find it out. Or is there any other way? Alright, let me just check. Or the name is t.me/Tarun_Jagdish. Alright, so please subscribe over here for updates, or you can always WhatsApp me on 8893495263. This number calling won't be available, but I will be available for messaging and clarifying your doubts. So if you have a doubt, you can take an image, put it over here. I will solve that doubt and give it to you. Next important announcement, friends. Mostly, I'm going to start my regular classes for SFM and SCMPE in the month of July, first week. I will be making the announcement very, very soon. So please pass on this information also with all the friends who are writing exam in November. It's a regular batch, so it's for November 2021. Thank you so much, friends. Have a nice time ahead. Take care.